Okay guys, now that we understand what ecosystems are, what ecosystems consist of, and how ecosystems work, it is important now that we move on to the next phase of our lesson. So kindly take your tablets and click onto the link that I've sent via our WhatsApp group. That link will then lead you to a video on YouTube based on what we're going to talk about today. Let's just watch the video so that we can move on. Okay, now that you guys have watched the video, it's highly important that we take this time to kind of try and summarize what we heard the video talking about. So Ashley, I want you to tell me what did you hear the video saying? What did you learn from the video? Let's just write these things on the board because some people may not have been paying attention, like Andrew. So the video was talking about non-living non-living and living organisms. Andrew, I want you to try and explain to us what are living organisms, or what do living organisms have the ability to do that non-living things do not do. So basically we're just going to separate this like that to make life easier. Living organisms, what do they do? How do they differ from this side? Andrew. Living organisms grow, very good. Samantha. Living organisms reproduce, excellent. Lastly, Jonathan. Living organisms sense stimuli, so they sense stimuli. This is a grade 12 answer. This is only learned in grade 12. I'm actually surprised, Jonathan, that you know that. That's very good. I'm impressed. So living organisms grow, they reproduce, and they have the ability to sense stimuli. But non-living organisms do not do neither of that. So if we take examples, for instance, of non-living organisms, we'd say things such as stones, sand, planks, bricks. Those things do not grow, they do not reproduce, and they do not sense any stimuli. Okay? Let's just erase that. Now let's look at the second thing that the article was talking about. Amanda, what was the article talking about? Okay, Amanda says it spoke about the energy flow in ecosystems. Energy flow in ecosystems. Who may have an idea what this is all about? Who has an idea? So I'm going to say yes. Right. Okay. Okay, that's very good. I think we should clap for her. So I'm going to say that energy flow in ecosystems basically means that energy is moving from one organism to the next, right? It's moving from one organism to the next. Now what we need to know, or what we need to find out is, how does this energy flow? Do you understand? How? It's the how that we want. How then does the energy flow from one organism to the next one? Simple, guys. It's very easy. I'm going to give you guys this explanation so that you can answer the questions that are on the article. So how? Let's answer the question. So we said that in ecosystems we have plants, right? We said we have plants, and we said that plants have the ability to make their own food. How do plants do this? How do plants make their own food? They get energy from the sun, very good, and water from the ground, yes. And through the process of photosynthesis, plants produce their own food, which enable them to grow, to reproduce, and to sense stimuli. You guys do know that plants are living organisms, right? Yeah, I figured. So plants make their own food. So those are like the manufacturers of the ecosystems. Without plants, there'd be no food, basically. Do you know why? Let's try to explain so that you guys can understand. We have plants, and then what organisms eat plants? What do we call those organisms? We call them herbivores. Herbivores. Herbivores are organisms that only eat plants. For example, rabbits, goats, sheep, cows. They only eat grass, or they only eat a particular type of plant. Giraffes, they eat fruits from high trees. Do you understand? And then we have organisms that we call carnivores. So now, carnivores now are organisms that only eat meat or only eat other animals. Okay, for example, lion. Lions do not eat plants; they only eat meat. Cheetahs. What other organisms? Dogs. I've never seen a dog eating a plant. Right, so I'd consider a dog a carnivore. And then the last organisms that we have are organisms that we refer to as omnivores. Now, omnivores means the O, I'd like to say, stands for all. It's not an A, it's an O, but when you pronounce it, it does say all, right? So, omnivores are organisms that eat both herbivores and carnivores. So they eat all organisms or all living organisms that are found in an ecosystem.